Unang yalam bahakmat jang kaseng All India Trinamool Congress Dr. Mukul Sangma habakran kajing penskam ya kinong kitkam jang katsau penthor umkra constituency menen kasi sajan ka alko tere unayla aja apwar kabalang ha ur kaliar ulakan thating ya ka sorkar MDA kabalam khmat dak NPP halor babun kimat kamtam ha kabayede bar kajing bam yo kam yo jam jang samla ba kajing bam pelat syu ka sorkar ki kampulet kalong kajing du ka bakrawi ki kun samla shushu lang ba kajing leka jang ka sorkar ya ka pule puthi ka bapau shai kadar pet bana kaliang ka TMC kan nge khon persya bar kan penram lendang ya kan ka sorkar MDA ha kan ka jing lang pat ba jong kurtang ka penthorum krau ba asam bor lang ding do uban sa iron ha ka election jet nong mi khmat hayeng dor bar thawan adorning ka vice president ka All India Pradesh Congress Committee ba Charles Pingro pring ka MLA ka Umroi constituency ba George Pilingdo kinong kitkam ka party kiriurang ba bat kiwe
Bonba kilong kami kilong kupa ki samla ki badon ke jingki kle bat ki basung thu ya ke jingkala je kapo bat kham tam e habang ya jeng ni kalimti bani i ya ki kam jeng ni sarkar ki balale bat ki bakhlem lale kelawan ra e ke jingtik ha ki jingmut ki jing perkhat jeng bonba bakala don kam ban ra gumong ba James benne ya ke jingkala hapo ke jylla ke jingkala kan wan nanga bat napi ke jingkala kan wan hak bangin pusan ya ladi bangin don kam na em ke jylla ka baskem langi don kam na em ke jylla ka ba urit pa unim langi don kam na em ke jylla ka banyitli syakalawe ke jing don kat ke jong pi hak ni ke si ka aimen sim ngi baro ke don kat hang ni iwe pe iwe ke jing ai men sim markeliang bad hak jo por bangin pe syakalawe da kata ke jingkermen bangin wanra ya ke jingkala ka bakra ke jing don jo sarkar BJP hapo ke jylla ke jungi ka ba sendrop lang ke BJP NPP UDP HSPDP PDF ban mentaru katung ningut ki Kongres MLA ki basa baro ki parti mentagi don hak liang sensyar bad ke parti ke badan syakal yang persyak kaditang kowe kata kadi ke Trinamool Congress kajing don jungi hak yang persyak kalong banyai long kasul ke jongpi banyeng na ka benta kimat jing dawa ki bopher bad ban peni ye jing duna ki ba ka jylla jungi ke don bangin yeng na ka benta kitu ki bomdon katakala ban pau le jong ki jing e sa sarkar bangin yeng bangin kren na ka benta itu ki basya ban ben bat kham tam e ya ka ba ki paj ba menta ki mat ya ki jing e ki bakra Trinamool Congress ke ki jing mot jo ka Trinamool baleng yong Trinamool bat baleng yong Congress ka Trinamool Congress ka jing mot jo ka kalong ki grassroots nani nadu tendrai bat ka Trinamool Congress ka bomot ban lumlang ya ki paj ba ban lumlang ki tendrai jo ka sensyar khadar namar hakasin sisar kadar pajbat dema phi dema nga ke badan ka vote ke bala menrai kalau jong la jong bat jong kari ka bangin nyelum lang don perkhat na ka menta ka bah kamiat jong ki pajba ke bombon balang baro bang phi ke badan hang ni bangidang dep menrakhi mad kenmau buram ya kenyo pesan senem ke jing lai luot jong kari pan mo phi ke badan hang ni pila no senyang na ka menta ban kentie we kari ke jungi hak ini ki Islam ki baladep kajuno senyang kelong na ki kam ki jam ki ba fitre kajuno senyang kelong na ki yeng ki sem ki ba fibu ba fidon kajuno senyang kelong na ki men para bat kham tam na ki khon ki kti ki jompi mar balai aba piyeng banyada la jong ki yeng ka sem aba pi kamai pi kaji pi sleng pi kentu la jong ki khon aba fitre shitom man pa school la jong ki khon lane pi bala top na ka benta ban gintiu la jong ka yeng ka de ka tu ka jing no senyang ka bakraw e ban manush ka bod na ka benta ki pai ban riu bat pejai ban riu hi bro kowe kini baro lait li kinong rim ka ba ka parti kan yeng menta kum kinong yelam bat kum kinong kersian jong ka parti yeng ban yadai kini lait li na mari ka khendau ka siap ka jungi ka ba ka sarkar la da ban lilam lemba ka border agreement ka jing eno ya kilong long sem bat ki kimi ki jongi ki basem jar ban penyeng le jong kilong long sem ban yadal ki jing don kam jong ki khon ki kti Banyada ekajai benriu ham tam hang jiwan ra ki policy trekam ki ba penjat ekajai benriu ku jongi ha ki benta ki ba per ngiyeng kum Trinamool Congress banyada kini na tak daw ka jingwan jungi ha ki janmit kan long banong api ba kum ka penthor kra constituency phimlong marwe na kini ginong ilam ki bang pen scam menta po ka jilam ji basam ngikan men bapin penpau syaka konstituensi Brockway bangidon gijing temu ke Bakerpang ban ai gijing syakri amtang ya ke konstituensi hang ni ndre ya ke jylla Brockway sikan tien nam tak ginong ilam ki bang ilapan scam apa hiya hani gelenti kan mau kum ginong ilam ngimdei ban ong bang ding nga unga habu syarut ndre dengi ban ngimlong bos ngimlong he ndre ngilong ki syakri ban syakri ya kajai benriu ban syakri ki paiba kalong KKA ka ba ba ban pulut pon nak am tajungki wat hapdeng jong jing tunjuk ki bakrau ki ba pin sasem nekan mau borobor ba pindap nak jing ki mensiem ki jimut je perkhat ban IT lot ban lan ladi nak benta ki paiba ki ba khimilenti ban yo jing kersan na pi lahi barit lan he bakrau kum kinong ilam jong ka blok hang ni kum kinong ket kam long kami bat samla kan mau borobor bagajing surit kan yalam pi syakil bentar ke bakrau kajing nang jumpi ban pnie ila jong ki pai ba kajing nang jumpi ban pe ye ki duk ki suk kajing kenjo e ka kti ki jumpi bat ban nilai ban yuk kejat syak itu ki longing ki badan kam ye kajing ai men sim jumpi kan mau borobor ki kita ki lenti ki bapinang ron kam ban pnieng halade ha ki jimut je berkhan na ka benta kini ka blok ka bi ke jungi ban kham tam na ka benta ki pai ba.
Make a humble beginning as members of this political party, the All India Trinamool Congress, the AITC. We want to be involved in our commitment to build a state where we will have a secure future for our generation next, for our beloved children and grandchildren. And that's why we want to take the available space in given democracy and utilize it optimally by coming together and by collectively deciding to put our strength together in building the state and nation. Now, how do we build a state? How do we build a nation? In a given democracy, with every right to franchise that we have the responsibility to elect a new government every 5 years. And that government will decide the destiny of the state, not just for 5 years, but 5 years and beyond. That's why what has happened in last 5 years, almost 5 years now, 2018 till today, whatever the government has done has its ramification on the present and the future. The present and the future is a culmination of the action or inaction, policy or lack of policy of the present incumbent government. You have seen governments after government in the preceding years. We also had the privilege to form government and had the privilege to be in the hand of affairs of governance and to serve our beloved people and be part of the story of building the state and building the nation. Today, if we look back from 2018 till today, what we see today is a government who, from the very beginning, messed up everything. You still see in Malong, where we have the Silong City Bus Syndicate bus station, where the road is still blocked. There is a testimony of incompetence of the government and the insensitivity of the leaders who are in the present dispensation. They created the mess and they don't know how to resolve this mess. But in the process, the name and fame of the state has been defamed. The benchmark that we set in the preceding years have gone down the drain, and we are very sad to see. We are very sad to witness this. We have a government who have robbed the mothers of the opportunities that we created. We have a government who have robbed the single mothers of the benefit that we were passing on to the single mothers. We have a government and the leaders who have robbed the old, the infirm of the benefit that has been initiated by our government. We have a government who have robbed our children of the right kind of education, the right kind of environment for better quality education that we created over the decades. We have a government who have robbed our school children from the uniforms that we started giving. We have a government who have robbed our children from the textbooks that we were giving. We have a government who have robbed the students from the kind of support that the government provided, be it the digital aid in learning or be it the different kinds of support that we give. We have a government which has robbed the entrepreneurs. We have a government which has dislocated the business of the businessmen. We built a state which could provide equal opportunities for all our beloved people across the state, irrespective of caste, creed, and community. But we have a government now who have been engaged in rampant discrimination and deprivation. All the entrepreneurs that has been built over the years, with the involvement, collective involvement of our people from all walks of life, have been robbed of their opportunities, have been robbed of the career path that they were climbing as entrepreneurs, as businessmen. I met hundreds of our entrepreneurs who slowly climbed the ladder of their career path as entrepreneurs and as businessmen. Today they are deprived of all their businesses and enterprises, whether in the government sector or whether it is outside the government sector. We have a government who have messed up the health sector. We have a government who has messed up the very important innovative scheme that we initiated during our time, the Meghalaya health insurance scheme, with which all our families used to be given the smart card which could take care of the cost of treatment in government hospitals or in private hospitals. Today this government has messed up this whole system, whole scheme. Today, in spite of having the smart card, the patient party will still have to pay amounts which cannot be afforded by the patient parties, rich or poor. We have a government who have deprived our older children of pursuing their education, their higher education and technical education in our own state, compelling the parents to send their children outside the state because they diverted all the money that was available for establishment of technical institutions, engineering colleges, colleges of science and commerce that was initiated during our time. The money which has been sent from government of India has been diverted, and they have not been able to give the kind of account that is needed to ensure transparency and effective utilization of the public money. We have a government who has created a stone wall in availing the benefit of the medical colleges and to be able to study in these medical colleges. Hundreds of young men and women who have aspired to be doctors have been deprived because we have failed to complete the medical colleges in spite of having the money. the medical college in Shillong, the medical college in Tura. Why has the government not proceeded further and provided this opportunity? In respect of medical college, the state government has received 172 crores from Government of India. But till now, because they have derailed the whole momentum of implementation of this program, thereby depriving the state, they have paid only 60 crore, they have spent only 60 crores till date. This is reflection of their natural intent which comes in their style of functioning to mismanage the finances of the state. The finances of various government departments have been mismanaged by this government. All our mothers were supposed to be the beneficiary of some very important initiatives of our government, like the support for all the mothers, the women, the female head of respective households in the whole state. With the seed money that we provided, that we sanctioned and we're releasing to our mothers for opening bank account in the name of women's economic empowerment through financial inclusion. All this money has been brought back by the state government for reasons best known to them, depriving the mothers. Various initiatives for our farmers, for our poor, for our budding entrepreneurs, because we were promoting entrepreneurship amongst every member of the respective family across the state, including the mothers. All these initiatives that was embarked upon by our government, and based on those initiatives, whatever money has been brought in order to release this funding to support our mothers, our families, our poor. These whole initiatives have been derailed by the present government, robbing our people, robbing our farmers, robbing our poor, robbing our budding entrepreneurs at the micro level, at the grassroots level, at the village level. We managed to have number of initiatives under the Basin Development Program. Substantial amount of fund from Japan International Cooperation Agency were brought. Substantial amount of fund from World Bank, from Asian Development Bank. All this money were meant for all of you, for the families, for the households, to generate opportunities of sustainable livelihood, to generate sustainable livelihood through entrepreneurship, and to create the kind of value chain which will sustain livelihood in the years to come, in the decades to come, and change the whole socio-economic landscape of the state. But the state and the people have been deprived by this present government. Today, the opposition is working hard to protect and ensure that our people are not deprived of what is due for them, what has been brought for them, what is already available in the government coffers, what is already available with the different departments. They have messed up and robbed the people of all the opportunities that we opened up through multiple missions, livelihood missions. We had a dairy mission, we had the piggery mission, we had different programs under livelihood, different programs under livestock mission. The apiculture mission, which has been renamed as honey mission, they have messed up the whole program, deprive our people by their inefficiency and lack of priority or otherwise shifted priorities. Where will be the hope amongst the youth? Today, this is the government who is compelling our young men and women who have studied technical education to apply for job like LDA, like some officiating post against the programs. If youth who have pursued higher education technical education, who have passed engineering, who have passed MDA, who have passed Masters in Science and other professional courses, if they compete for the post of undergraduates, for the post of grade 4, for the post of LDA, what is those young men and women who have not been able to pursue higher education, how are they going to compete? I met one of my cousins, a cousin who has brilliant children who have pursued higher education and came out with flying colors in their respective courses of studies. The father and daughter were arguing in front of me. The father was telling the daughter to apply for the post of LDA. Daughter who has completed BE, Bachelor's in Engineering. So the daughter said, if I have to work as an LDA, why did you ask me why should I study BE? Why should I study engineering? This is the question. So I told the young girl, ask this question to the politicians, not to your father, not to your mother. Ask this question to the policymakers. Therefore, friends, what we as policymakers we do, what we decide, the policies and programs that we embark upon will affect everybody's life, will affect the state as a whole, will have its ramification for the future generation. That is the reason why we need to come together and look at how best we can fulfill our responsibilities when we want to exercise the power that is vested upon you as right to franchise. It must always come. When we have the power, this power must be exercised with the utmost sense of responsibility. This sense of responsibility should revolve around our resolve, our determination to protect the interests of our jylla, to protect the interests of our young children, the grandchildren, whom we love so much. All the mothers are working so hard because all of you love your children. Why are you working so hard? Because you love your children. Why we love our children? That's a natural human psychology. Therefore, if we love our children and grandchildren, we need to build this state for them. That's why you cannot allow these people who are in the present dispensation, the present government, to be in power. We have to come together, unite, and come together and put our strength and power together to replace this government. Are you ready?